1990s, LGBTQ political organizations were fighting for hate crimes legislation, and locally, they were fighting to change civic anti-discrimination ordinances to include gender identity and sexual orientation. Here in Allentown, PA Gala, also known as Pennsylvania Gay and Lesbian Alliance, was leading the fight and building coalitions to change Allentown's anti-discrimination ordinance. Here in the Lehigh Valley LGBT Community Archive, we have documents that tell that story. And to tell you a bit more, I've asked Angelica Dodona to give us that story.
Thanks, Mary. While places like Harrisburg and York, PA adopted ordinances that forbade discrimination based off of sexual preferences in 1983, Allentown's fight for their own ordinance in the mid-1980s didn't receive the same kind of government support for such amendments. However, in the mid-1990s, PA Gala picked up the work of earlier activists and refocused their energies towards getting Allentown on the list of cities with their own amended anti-discrimination ordinances. Still, they aim to expand the protections past lesbians and gays to transgender individuals, as did Harrisburg in 1983.
PA Gala members recruited Mayor Kiesling, who led SPARC's statewide Pennsylvania Rights Coalition, to draft language for the revised ordinance to include both sexual orientation and gender identity. Importantly, according to Bradbury, Kiesling's language in the Allentown ordinance was then used as a model ordinance elsewhere in Pennsylvania. Kiesling's and PA Gala's Allentown ordinance contributed to a renewed focus on adding gender identity to existing local legislation and inspired other municipalities to follow. And they were incredibly effective. In 2001, the Morning Call wrote about the impact of PA Gala on local elections. Members of the local chapter of PA Gala have established themselves as a political force that no longer can be ignored at election time. Its 2,000 members in Lehigh and Northampton County are registered to vote. And the group provides them with voter guides that track candidates' positions and records. That membership includes between 400 and 500 Allentown residents. In this city, primary election nominations are won with margins of only a few dozen votes. You do the math.
Indeed, the Allentown Ordinance sparked nationwide conversation, as its passage ultimately resulted in an unsuccessful lawsuit brought about by the Alliance Defense Fund, a national evangelical organization that worked to overturn pro-LGBTQ legislation. Over time, with the passage of amendments to Allentown's ordinance in 2002 and the failure of referendum and lawsuit to overturn them, LGBTQ people of the Lehigh Valley were finally afforded the same opportunities and protected by law to receive equal opportunities for employment, housing, and access to public facilities.